Awesome. Okay. Well, I just wanted to remind everybody of our contest our team is having, the Cancun Countdown. If you enroll three new VIPs in September, you unlock Leaders Retreat. And then you get your name into a drawing for one of our things
Share
that
my
our team
screen.
is doing. Yes, so we have the Plexus camera, the mason jar, the cup, and then the branded little bag. So super cute. Oh yeah, sorry. I was looking at my phone to read off of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're
Just put
gonna
it up
enter
there.
in. Yes, that's perfect. So super cute. I know on my team I have unlocked it. Noelle has unlocked it and Amy has unlocked it. Anybody on your teams
Beth has
unlocked it?
unlocked it. I think that's it so far. I mean, I can pull it up and look. I
Okay. And
think
it's
it's like
double
one
punch.
away, right?
Okay.
From
Okay,
unlocking Leaders Retreat. I need two. I have a girl that set up her account. It's sitting in my retail people. And then I
um,
can't get her to let me help her. I'm like,
switch it
just
over.
give me your password. I'll log in and make sure the cart's ready for you.
Yeah,
It's
right.
like, yeah. Anyway, go
Double
ahead.
punches for Icon Girls too. And then of course the free shipping for this month and the next 2 months, which I think is awesome. And then double credits for Leaders Retreat for your new VIPs also. So I know personally with some of those posts, two of my three new VIPs were the triplex trim combo. So then I'm getting, uh, I should get 100 credits, right? I believe because it's 50 normally
Yep.
and then 100. So
I'm not sure when they're doubling those. I'm assuming at the end of the month or something like
that's what
that,
I'm
they'll
assuming.
double them.
I'm trying to use some of my strategies that we learned before, like starting with the big one first, and then because I was always scared to do that personally, because I it is a lot of money. So I've been starting with that, and it's worked for a couple of girls. They wanted that's they were on board with it, and then one wasn't, so we backed it down and went to a smaller combo. So I'm trying to put into place what I'm learning. Anybody else have some more announcements or things you want to shout out yourself or shout out your team or new
I'm just
customers?
excited. We have 21 new VIPs so far this month. And that's the highest it's been in quite a while.
I
So,
know. I know we have
so
10
I
on our
think,
team. I'm so excited.
yeah. So I think this is a great plan. And I think, like we talked about last week, that's the idea of just doing something similar each month, I think people are always like, oh, yeah, I want to try. I'll do it.
For
So just
sure.
thinking ahead, what
You know,
other ideas we want to throw out. So go ahead.
Yeah.
I got thinking today, I mean, hindsight's always 2020, but wouldn't it have been fun to have uh, done a similar testing type post with the reset and then participated in the
Right
company-wide
now,
resets?
that would have been a
But
good idea.
it's over. But anyway, like maybe next time we know I don't know if they're doing them quarterly or is there a pattern to it?
I don't know.
Because I
It
tried
just
to
came
look
out of
back in
nowhere.
the one
It was just
Plexus.
like, it's
It just
coming.
came
Whoa.
out of
Okay.
nowhere, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Okay.
I gave some of
Yeah.
my VIPs an option of the reset and combo versus the balance, restore, and slim. So when we did the price difference, again, I kind of gave them like the 50 pointers, and then if they
Mm-hmm.
wanted to come lower, that's fine because
Mm-mm.
a lot of them they saw the GLP, but they're like, I need to get started. I need to stop these cravings. I need to do that. And in my mind, that's a reset to get them started. And then they can always switch over to the restore and that to kind of keep it going. So I
Mm-hmm.
kind of took that method with a couple of mine. So I have like one set up with the reset combo. I have one set up with another. So mine are kind of like a whole big of mixtures because I kind of went
Right.
with what they needed.
Yeah, sure. And that's, I think, what it is just getting them interested and then seeing exactly what they need
Mhm.
and tailoring it for what they need. So I think
Yeah.
that's perfect. Mel, do you want to share your post and then before I go into the book study?
Yeah. So, Beth and I were added, it's been 30 days, it's been a month now. Some of the jewels in the company started what they're calling the content vault, and it's posting on the business side of things, and it's posting things that help build your own belief, other people's belief in, the company, network marketing, like um, casting vision, like all these different things. And so they have now opened that group up for us to add people to it. And so what they do is they give you each week's a different topic, and then they give you a daily prompt, like 3 different prompts to use that you could add your own thing in, put it into ChatGPT, write me a post about this. And it's just really good stuff. I've utilized a few of the posts. I haven't done it every day. Like they even give you stories. And so I was just going to show y'all the group. It's called the Content Vault. Beth, do you want to add anything as I'm pulling this up?
I will say that the post that I made, I would take their prompt and then I would ask Chat to write me a post, and then I would just insert a photo of me or team members or whatever. And those posts got so much engagement. And I think the more you use Chat GTP, the more it knows you, like we've talked about, and it really does speak in your voice. And um, I I had to do very little revision because I really felt that just with the prompt, Chat GTP like did it perfectly. So it was very easy to do, and those posts really got a lot of engagement. I fell off track when I was in Alaska.
Yeah,
Um,
same.
so I need to go back, and I was probably pretty good at the first 2 weeks, and then the third week was Alaska. And then the fourth week was just getting my life back together. So
Yeah, right.
now I'd like to go back and revisit weeks 3 and 4.
Yeah. So I was looking in here. The easiest way I found,
I thought it was organized. I thought the
I
group was
thought it,
organized
I
very
thought they
well.
had guides, but I don't see guides. But if you go under media and then go to albums, you can see all of the things. So like week 1, these are the story slides for belief. And then week 2, the post ideas for belief. And then week 2 was talking about community. Week 3 was about income. And then week 4 was about vision. So for example, if you click on the week 1 post ideas for belief, there's pictures you can use, right? But like Beth said, we used kind of like our own picture. Let me move this over. Um, where is the actual post? It says post. I thought I was going to be able to see the comments. Hold on. No. Well, you have to just go by the photos, I guess. I mean, if you just scroll down to the photos, so week 1 belief drop. Okay, this is how they did it. Let me move. I got to move this box where y'all's pictures are. Hold on, it's in my way. Okay. Like the daily one, week 1 post. So, for example, this one says
So the prompts are
in
over
the
there on the side.
comments. Yeah, so in the comments, it says
Mhm.
use these in your post stories or reels.
Mhm.
If you look in the comments, so like here are your 3 or your prompts or whatever. So, network marketing is one of the most misunderstood industries out there. Curious why I see it differently? Let's talk. Like you can use that as an actual post. They gave you post ideas. There's like so much in here. So they do it each day. They would have a drop for each day of the week based on what that weekly topic was, if that makes sense.
Mhm.
So you'll just have to get in here, and according to this post today, it's saying we can add you're welcome to keep adding your teammates and continue using this as a resource to come back to. So it doesn't sound like they're going to add anything else, but it's there for us to use. So I'll share this group with y'all. I don't know if it's going to ask you any certain questions, be able to be added to it.
Mhm.
It seems like there were questions when we joined. But anyway, there's so much in here. There's story slides you can use that go along with whatever the weekly topic is. There's so much stuff in here. And then there's also some really good videos. Read through this post in its entirety. Yeah, so this will kind of tell you, but wasn't there a video, Beth? I thought they pinned that from Christina Williams.
Oh, is that in this? Could be.
Videos. No, maybe I'm just thinking of Jill Page, I
I think you're
guess.
thinking of something else. Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, so you'll just have to get in there and just figure all the things. But I don't want to take up too much time with that because we want to talk about our book study. But I'll share the group with y'all and then y'all can join it. That'd probably be the easiest way just to do it. Put the link to the group in the Together We Rise chat and we can go from there. So
Perfect. Thank you.
Can I add something real quick that's sort of related but different?
yeah.
The Christy McDade group, the CMG VIP membership, the Wellness Content Vault, that's where I get all my little videos that I use in stories and stuff. And I keep getting a message that says community chats are going away soon. Have you guys seen that?
Saw that too. So I don't know how
No.
she's gonna, because it's
Yeah,
so
it's-
easy to go into that chat and grab them.
Because that
Yes.
Trello app thing, it hardly ever works.
I
It's so
hate that app. Yeah.
I just really liked this group. But it says community chats are going away soon. You can go to the group on Facebook to stay connected with your community. So I don't know how many different groups that's going to affect, but
Let me
Mm,
ask
a
her if
lot.
I'll ask her.
yeah.
She's gonna have a solution somehow to that.
Because that when like I used to get them from Trello, but then that just started to be such a pain. It never worked right.
Yeah. I always just go to the chat and get the videos in there.
Right.
Yeah. I'll shoot her a message and ask her. Let you know what she says. All right.
Okay, the book study. I had listened to this a long time ago, so it was kind of nice to reread it. Any ahas or anything that really jumped out at you before we get into some reflection questions and one of the things I have was just that it's a toxic mindset that stopped people from being happy. The gap, like, can you think about it? And I know everyone's guilty of some of it. I mean, nobody's that happy all the time. It's just life. I mean, let's be honest. But I mean, I think you can all, as you're reading, we're thinking of people probably in your lives that you reminded of.
Yes.
But anything else that?
Well, I think it's just a very common way that, I don't know, maybe it's my age, but
Yes,
of maybe how I was raised. Like, I think many
Yes.
of us were maybe raised with that, I don't know, a scarcity mindset and also, a gap, like thinking backwards instead of where
Right.
you are at to be. So that's very hard, if you were raised that way, to shake that. It's a whole
Oh, for
different,
Right.
whole
And
different way of thinking.
And it kind of hit me too, like, I mean, like, I'll be honest, like, and Beth, you kind of have this too, like, I got divorced. Like, you lost your husband. How do you find the gain in that? Like, that kind of thing. It's like those things are hard for people sometimes to, like, I don't know. And at the time, yeah, I'm fine. I mean, yeah, I'm good now, but in the moment, that's hard to find that gain.
Right.
So sometimes, I mean, yeah, I think it depends on the situation.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I just
But no,
think just us, we're always setting goals and then, you know, like I'm the type, if y'all saw, I covered my thing up. This is diamond for in the date. Like I'm like, I gotta stop looking at that. It's just like, because it was the same kind of thing. Like I'm like, it feels so far away now. Like it was messing with my head. So I'm like, just even simple things like that. Like, we've always been taught, set small attainable goals, but ultimately we all have a bigger goal, whether it's in business or whatever we're working towards. And I can find myself getting caught up in thinking it's just not
right.
achievable because it's too far away.
Right. I thought like on page 11, it has like questions to ask yourself. It says, let's get practical throughout this book. There will be several exercises and journal prompts to help you get out of the gap and into the gain. Start by grabbing a piece of paper and answering the following questions. So, like, what do you feel you need in order to be happy? And so you can take that personal plexus, what would make you happy? Who or what do you measure yourself against? Which I think is a big one. Sometimes we do measure ourselves. And is that a positive person that you're measuring yourself against? And when is a time in your life where you made something or someone into a need and thus created an unhealthy gap in your life? So I thought those were, and if anybody wants to share, you can. I mean, you don't have to, but like for me, I put things that I
It's
need to be
ironic.
happy. Go. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go.
No, go ahead. Keep going.
I just said like me, like personally, I need like a stable group of people around me. Like I need people, positive people in my circle. To me, to get to the gain, like I can't be around negative people because I will drive me down. So that's one thing that I put on things that I have to have. I just wrote in the side of my book, but go ahead, Noel.
No, within the last week, this book has actually been brought up twice. Once with the gentleman I'm talking to with the family, and his father-in-law's in Mexico, and he's reading this book, and we were talking about it at lunch. And then again last night at a Bible study I was at. And same thing with like all of what you were saying too, because like I lost Dave at 24, so I had to learn how to start over. And then we all are dealing with psych. I mean, because everything's here. And then how we were brought up, because it's like you either get over it and move on, or it just depends on how you were brought up. And when I look at this gap and the picture of your brain and the gain, it's like I've had I mean, I've been a professional organizer all my life, but I've had my business 30 years. And there's certainly days that it's like, do I feel successful? Yeah. Satisfaction? Yeah. But I can still see myself pulling myself back to the gap because other people see more of the success in me than I let myself see in myself. And we were talking about that because we were like talking about the community, like Bondurant, and how small it was, and now compared to what it is, and how different it is. And there's a lot of gaps and gains, how people see things with what's happening and the growth, and how it's not necessarily to the positive. And we were agreeing with you as well as like, I'm over the negative. I'm over the, if you want to be judgy, go judge. If you go bye, and and I think Eric War is huge with this gap and gain because he's like, move on, just keep going. So that's been my take when you're talking about how do what do you need to be happy? To me, that's individual, and that could be for plexus or personal, and how do you measure yourself against? Again, there's no two people that are the same. So everybody to me is going to have a different outlook and how they approach things. And that doesn't mean there's a right or wrong. That's just how it is. So I agree with all of you because we're all going through our thing, and yeah.
Right. So like how do you guys measure your success, like in your progress? So like if you set a goal, how are you measuring? That's one of our questions tonight. How do you measure your progress? How do you measure it by I'm not there yet, so I have to do this, this, and this? Do you measure it with I've come this far, I've done this much good stuff, and now I have this much to go? Or like do you measure it by what you haven't done yet? Do you measure it by what you have done so far? Like that's kind of a different, like, so that shows your gap and your gain, like
I
perspective.
like it. I kind of go back and forth. Like
Mm-hmm.
I'll beat myself up for not meeting a goal, whatever that is, whether it's, my personal workouts or what, or plexus or whatever. But then I, I'm a like glass half full person. So I always want to go back and be like, well, let's see how far I have gotten. And so it's helped me when I track like my workouts and stuff like that. So I can go back and be like, oh, wow. Because like Todd, we go to the gym, we both lift weights. He does not keep track of anything. And I have an app where I'm like, no, I did 20-pound bicep curls and now I'm up to 25. Like that, I have to see that to show
Right.
that, okay, well, wow, look how much I've gained. I used to start with 12s. Now then I did 15s and stuff like that. Like I have to,
Mm-hmm.
otherwise I'll get too caught up in the, well, I'm not seeing enough definition yet and blah, 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 like it's just like,
Right. That's how I get like that too with my workouts. And then sometimes I'm like, you know what? I worked out.
yeah,
End of
yeah,
story. Like I did
right.
it. So like because I really didn't want to even do that. So I got that far. But no,
Right.
we're like
I think it's a
I've
very, go ahead.
no, you go. That's good.
Oh, I think it really takes intentionality because for me, like, because my natural tendency would be to start like a countdown type of, you know what I mean? Like start big and then like as I'm chipping away at whatever goal it is, uh, I usually start big and then go little. And I don't always pay attention to the gain, like the other things I gain. I don't even know if I'm making sense, but
Yeah.
that's my natural tendency. So I have to be very like intentional to see those
Well, I think that's why that belief,
gains.
um, whatever that belief
Yeah.
building
Yes, that
document we
worksheet.
did
Mhm.
helps with that. It helps you see like, well, I may not be where I want to be and I've backtracked, but look at what I have accomplished. Like, look at what I have done. So that's
Right.
reminding me that I can do that again. Like it was a very powerful worksheet to me.
I
So,
agree. And I thought of that today. I was listening to the first few chapters of this, and I found myself thinking about that belief sheet as well.
Mhm.
Mhm.
yeah.
Because I felt really down before I did that belief sheet. I was like, oh my God, I do not want to do this. Like, but then I did it and I was like, gosh, I should really be thankful for what I have got, what I've received from Plexus, because
Mhm.
it's actually a lot.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
but I was like, feeling so frustrated.
Yeah.
And then,
Maybe
yeah,
we
look
need
at
to
this.
do that periodically. Like,
Yes.
like a quarterly thing, like a reminder.
Mm-hmm.
But um,
Mm-hmm.
we need to do that in our personal lives too,
Yeah.
like look at
Yes.
where we've come and what we've accomplished.
My other question for us tonight, so I'll try to keep us on time, was when you have been living in the gap, what kind of things discouraged you when you were living in the gap? Like what was discouraging about that? If you can think of a time when you were living in the gap, what was the discouraging part? What was,
Comparison.
mm-hmm.
I think when you're living in the gap, you are noticing, you know, what
Oh,
everybody else is doing.
that's what I think too. Like you notice what you don't have or you didn't
Yeah.
do
Yeah.
or
Yep.
what you're
It shines a
missing.
spotlight on everyone else succeeding. Like, look at her, look at what she, and it's like, unfollow. No, I'm
Yeah.
just kidding. It
Yeah.
is. It's like, what is going on? But I mean, it
Mm-hmm.
was honestly like the loss of points over this past year and a half and me having to get a job. Like I got a job for a couple of reasons. For one, to make up for the income we've lost. Two, to get out of my house. But when I look at that and I wrote this down today, it's like I need to see that as a positive because been adjusting regularly now. Like I've realized how much I miss that. Like I've connected with patients and I'm starting to get patients that are coming just to see me. Um, Dr. Jeff's starting to share about plexus. Like, like positives have come out of it. And I know that it was God's plan all along for me to
Mm-hmm.
do this, but it can get discouraging when you think about it like that. Well, now I have to get out of my house and go to work every day. And not every day, but that's still only part-time. But if that makes sense,
Mm-hmm.
it's just in how you look at it, like finding the positives in everything.
I would say for me a little bit too, it's like, okay, don't take this wrong, but it's nice to have like people that believe in you. And I have always felt from you guys that you believed in me. But I also feel like there comes a point where like I felt like I was disappointing people or I wasn't making as much progress as I wanted to make. And part of that, you know what I mean? I mean, like you say, you just get in your head. And I just got
You
to the point
think
where I
that, yeah.
couldn't, yeah, and I couldn't even like for so long is like, oh, you're gonna be Emerald, you're gonna be Emerald, you're gonna be Emerald. Blah. I'm just like now I just like I kind of got to a point a while back where I was just like, you know what? And it was kind of the gain. Like sometimes I have to just tell myself like if I never get to Emerald, that being a senior Ruby for a long time is a wonderful thing. And there's a lot of people that would like to be in that place. You know what I mean? So it's like a balancing act of having people that believe in you, but also not feeling like a failure. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I think it goes back to the story in the book about the football player, you know, where he was like,
Mm-hmm.
football, obviously I love football and I push myself but it's not my life. Like if it ends up not working out, like I'll find something else, which I'm not saying we need to go find something else besides Alexis. But I mean, like for me, this has led me to getting back into the chiropractic and meeting new people. And, you just never know where it could lead. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah. And you've never disappointed me ever. So don't
Mm-hmm.
ever think that. I mean, we're all in this together. So, but I see what you mean. I understand that. Yeah.
Yes. Maybe for some of our homework, we could write down a few places where we were in the gap and how to flip it like it had in the book too. Like places where you've been in the gap and how you could have flipped that, or maybe something that you're in the gap right now, how you could flip it to the gain, just to see what putting it into practice a little bit to
Yeah.
see if that helps. No, I think this is really good. It's a good book. Once I was reading, I was like, oh yeah, I do remember this, how much I liked it.
Well, and
It's an
there's
easy
another
read.
book that they have that talks about teams. He mentioned it. I marked it. I
Oh
saved it in
yeah,
my Amazon. It's at the
yeah.
top of one of these pages. Who, not how, the formula to achieve bigger goals through accelerating teamwork. So I was like, maybe we can look at that one next. It's the
Hmm.
same author.
Hmm.
Who, not how.
Yeah, it's a good book. Next week, it's chapters 2 and 3. So
Let's see what 2 is
the
about self-determined.
self-determination, and then 3. Oh, I just had my finger on it. Now I lost it. The compound effect of the gap or the gain, which I think is really what happens. It just builds upon each other, the positive or the negative.
Yes. So, well, thanks for leading today, Tip.
Yes, 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 yes. Prayer requests before we.
I'd like to be able to pray for Devin. Tomorrow's Eliana's birthday,
Oh.
and he's not with her. So I know he's already voiced to me that it's going to be a hard day for him. We're having like a little virtual birthday party, but and it's hard for us, but I can't imagine for him how he's feeling.
Mm-hmm.
So just say some prayers for him. But my
Mm-hmm.
ultimate prayer is that this time of separation and this the sadness and that comes from that and the longing to be together, that's what's going to lead him to God.
Mhm.
And I voiced that to him. I told him one day, I was like, I don't want you to say anything because he can get into spiritual, he will debate you about anything, whether it's politics, God, it's just him. But I'm like, just listen. You don't have to say a word. But I was like, I'm praying that because he had another day where he was really sad. And I was like, I pray that when you're in your room all alone and you're sad, that's when you're going to learn to trust God, trust in the Lord and lean on him because that's all that you can do right now. And so just pray for him. It's going to be a rough day for him tomorrow. But they're having a birthday party and he actually got a whole, I don't know if y'all have heard of K-pop Demon Slayers.
Yes. Oh my gosh, my kids at
Oh my
school, it's
God.
nothing. That's all they talk about.
Well, and Ellie loves the songs from the movie. So that's her little birthday party theme, which kind of sounds crazy, the Demon Slayer or whatever it's called, but it's a cute movie. It's okay, but it's more so she loves the music. And so they're all dressing up so he's going to be dressed up on a FaceTime and I'm like, bless his little heart. He's trying.
Mm-hmm.
So, but
Darn it.
anyway, I know.
Yes.
So my 3 surgeries, Carm will be coming home. We don't know when for sure, but it will be probably before Friday. And so it's a praise that she made it through. She's doing great and that she's going to be coming home. She's still struggling that she kind of wants to stay in the hospital because Mr. Mike over here is kind of a pill and he's 15 years older and he knows she won't be able to wait on him hand and foot, but he's kind of expecting that for when she gets home.
Uh-oh.
That's not going to be
No.
happening. So she spent 2 weeks meal prepping all of that. He called her, told her the food tasted like, and sent it home with her brother and sister-in-law.
What?
That's just, yeah, he's being a real pill. So we were down there. She's in good spirits and she knows, Emily's on the other side. So, we're trying to handle Mike. And she says, I'm really worried about my puppies. I said, puppies are fine. So, we're taking care of them. So Carmen herself is fine. It's just going to be a little rough, I think, when she gets home because he's a little gruff. But he has COPD. He's got dementia. He's 77, she's 62. So there's all of that. And then Lynn, she got to go home. I was talking to her today. Pain is better. She's sleeping more on her side. She was the one with the cancer in the uterus and kidney. And they haven't really decided if they're going to follow up with chemo yet or whatever. They're just waiting for that healing time. Vicky is still in ICU. Her surgery was on Thursday. She was bleeding internally. They were giving her blood. That has stopped. So that's a good thing. But her kidneys have not come back like they should. So they're working on that portion of it and they're hoping she moves out of ICU tomorrow, but obviously we won't know till it gets here. So a lot of good things, still a few scary things, but yeah. It's quite a week.
Yeah. Anybody else?
How's Jack doing?
Oh, he has his moments. He needs to find a job. And he needs to learn that mother doesn't need to cook dinner every night because I'm not. Because when I'm home alone, as some of you know, I maybe now eat, or
Yeah.
I have a bowl of cereal, or I have some toast and I don't make dinner. Or I can eat leftovers for a week and I'm fine.
Yeah.
I can have a Plexus shake. I don't need anything. So,
All right. So job prayers.
yes, he needs to find a
Okay.
job.
Okay.
Yes. So he insists, he told me he was looking for things tonight. So. All right, let's bow our heads. Heavenly Father, thank you for the time that we always have with these ladies. Thank you for bringing us together and allowing these connections where we can grow and we can learn together and help build each other up. and be that encouragement and the support that we each need. Prayers for Devin with his daughter's birthday tomorrow. Prayers for his heart that he's in a good place tomorrow. That she enjoys her virtual birthday party. Um, Prayers that this time leads him to you, that he is going to trust in you and know that there is something bigger and out there that he needs to believe in. And prayers that his little family can be reunited soon and they can all be together. Prayers for Carm for coming home this week, and prayers that her home transition goes good, that she knows that she is needed and wanted, but she still gets that time at home to heal and get back to 100%. For Lynn, prayers that of praise that she was able to go home, that she's sleeping good, and that she continues to heal through this transition. For Vicky for healing while she's in the ICU. Prayers for the doctors and the nurses who are taking care of her, and that she also continues to improve. Prayers for Jack that he finds a job, that he finds some contentment during this time while he is home, kind of finds himself and looks to you more than he has, and turns back to you to what he knows he should be doing. And thank you again for providing this opportunity for us for those unspoken prayers that you know that are on our hearts and our minds. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
All right. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
All right, we'll be back on next Monday, chapters 2 and 3.
sounds good.
All right. Y'all have a good one.
Ladies.
Bye. Love
Bye.
y'all.